alongside Kirk Ferentz at the Outland Trophy Award. Coach Morgan out of the University of Iowa is getting represented tonight here for the Tom Legacy Award. What does he mean to the Iowa program, and just to see him get honored?
You know, Reese is one of the more special people I've met at any time in my life, and I've been fortunate. I've worked with a lot of great coaches. I don't know if I've worked with anybody better than Reese. He joined our staff my second year, so it's 24 years ago. We hired him as a tight end coach out of West High, and then soon thereafter, Joe Philbin, our line coach, went to Green Bay. Reese took over the offensive line. Coach Robert Gallery, a former Outland winner, and also coached Dallas Clark when he was a tight end coach, who won the Mackey Award. And so anyway, he was our line coach for about 10 years, switched over to the defensive line in 2012, did an equally unbelievable job doing that too. So I think he could probably coach any position on the staff. Just so good to the players, so good with everybody on our staff, and outstanding recruiter on top of it. Really had a knack for finding guys that were under-recruited and bringing them to Iowa, and they just would flourish.
And how much of the culture was he a part of at Iowa in setting that foundation?
Huge, just a huge. And when I took the job 25 years ago, my goal was really simply just to run it like a really good high school program. I had a great experience in high school. My high school coach, Joe Moore, who the Joe Moore Award is named after, actually, it was one of the best experiences I had. And, you know, I think there's something about high school coaching. I think that's where the real coaching gets done. And Reese embodies all that's good about coaching. So he's been a huge part of us developing over 20-some years, and he still is in the office every day, comes to practice every day. The only difference now, he's still the first guy in the building. The only difference now is he leaves at 12:30 and says goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow. But otherwise, you'd never know he's retired.
I want to ask about this season for you specifically as well, and ending it on that bowl game, but also getting to a Big Ten championship and just having the success throughout the year and being in that top 25. What did this year mean to you, and what did you learn?
Well, you know, certainly if you don't win your last game, you always leave disappointed. We lost our last two, the championship and then the championship and the bowl game, so that's always disappointing. But one thing I've learned in life and in coaching, certainly, you got to step back after you get over the setbacks. Just the same thing after a good win. Step back and look at everything. Anytime you win 10 games, you know, it's hard to do. It's really hard to do. I think the fans, just in general, the media in general, really don't understand or appreciate just how tough it is to win one game. And I think if you're one of the people that have to go out and compete, the players, the coaches, you have a little different perspective. So, yeah, I'm appreciative every time we win. And if we can have a 10-win season, yeah, we'll start there and try to build from there. But yeah, it's a real credit to our players, our staff. I thought they did a great job all season.
Well, we're in Omaha, Nebraska right now. You had a thriller in Lincoln, Nebraska to end that regular season. What was that moment like, walking that game off in front of the Memorial crowd when they kind of gave you that taste back to last year?
Yeah, you know, that game has probably represented the kind of team we had this year and the kind of season we had. We had a very good defensive football team, good special teams, and our offense really got decimated by injuries, in camp, and then early in the season we probably lost our three best players. So we just didn't have enough octane, unfortunately, and that made it really difficult. But good luck telling our players that. They were resilient. They found ways to win. There was no finger point. Everybody recognized what the challenges were. And, you know, instead of worrying about what we didn't have, we just worried about how can we make this to be a success. And, again, the credit goes to our players. They did a great job.
You're in Nebraska, so I have to ask about Matt Rhule. What did you think of his first year coaching and just the type of guy he is for this program?
You know, all you have to do is look at Matt's his resume, his track record, and you know, everywhere he's been successful. Whether it's his time in the NFL, certainly his stop at Temple, stop in Baylor. You know, you just can't. You know, he took programs that needed work and got them up and running in really a good fashion, short amount of time, and we saw their team. You know, we played them at the end of the season, so we saw their improvement during the course of the year. He's done a great job. He's got a great staff and a good group of players. They're going to be just fine.